जो कल किसानों पे लाठीचार्ज हुआ हरियाणा शाहबाद में, वो रहेगा। इसके अलावा प्रश्न उत्तर के समय आप कोई अन्य खिलाड़ियों से संबंधित या और कोई अगर बात हो तो उस पर हम जवाब दे सकते हैं। मध्य प्रदेश के चर्चित मंदसौर गोलीकांड की 6वीं बरसी पर 6वीं बरसी पर हरियाणा के कुरुक्षेत्र शाहबाद में कल भाजपा ने एक बार फिर अपना किसान विरोधी चेहरा दिखाया।
Hello and welcome. You're watching News9. I'm Shweta Kothari. We're bringing you stories from the world of business, policy and economy. First up, after online payments, digital loan, RBI lends is now on P2P lending. Reserve Bank of India has sent a list of questions for startups facilitating P2P lending as to answer a variety of questions on how they are conducting the lending process. Also on the show, new women's savings scheme has 500,000 takers. The Mahila Samman kitty has grown to 3,666 crore in the first 2 months itself. Senior citizen scheme has also got a boost after the budget announcements. Now, amid rapidly growing technological advancements in generative artificial intelligence, that is AI, there is now a normative guidelines, a set of normative guidelines that have been released by industry body NASSCOM. We will, of course, go through all those guidelines on this show. And ONDC on Monday launched a B2B, that is business-to-business transactions on the government-backed interoperable e-commerce network. What does it mean for businesses? We will be discussing right here on News9. And finally, Honda Cars has premiered its new sports utility vehicle, the Elevate, marking company's re-entry into the SUV space. All of that here on News9. Right here with me in the studio is my colleague Amit Ranjan. Also joining us at this point in time is Abhijit Ghoshal. I want to come to you, Abhijit, directly. This is an important story that we've been tracking, especially with respect to post office savings schemes. You also flagged it this morning. It seems that Mahila Samman savings schemes has a lot of new takers. This was a scheme that was launched in the budget. Within the first 2 months, we're looking at massive savings coming in from women.
Yes, Shweta, good morning. And this is genuinely one of the bright spots that we can see in the papers this morning. It's very encouraging because, as you know, the current government has been trying to empower the woman, first the woman child, the female child in 2015 with the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, which is already a hit, you know that. I see the current scheme, the Mahila Samman certificate, as almost a thematic contribution of the same. You know, you basically start looking at the female child and then the grown-up adult woman as a continuation. And the sort of response that this has got in the limited period of time, only 2 months, is extremely encouraging. And look at the average deposit is more than 73,000 per account. Now that I think is extremely important. I am actually looking forward to another piece of data which I haven't found yet. That is the rural-urban divide in this in the response. If I can find that the response has been substantial in the rural segment, I'll be even more happy. And why me? I think everybody will be happy if the response in the rural segment, the rural women, really, you know, overtakes that of the urban women. Because this is, if you look at the matrix,
750 किसानों ने अपनी जान कुर्बान कर दी उस आंदोलन में, जो धरने दिल्ली के आसपास हर बॉर्डर पे जो धरने आपने देखे, वहां से 750 शव उन धरनों से वापस अपने गांव में पहुंचे।
750 घरों category, I think that is the best response that the finance ministry can do.
कुर्बानियों के बाद जो देश के
what is also interesting is that there's not going to be any TDS on this scheme. So I think that has also come in as some sort of relief, not just for rural women, but also for urban women who are looking at, you know, Mahila Samman savings certificate as an alternative to various other savings schemes out there.
Yeah, you are true, because the TDS dragnet is actually closing in on all of us. That is out of the purview of the TDS. So yeah, that's definitely another bright spot that you mentioned. That triggers actually a lot of response from almost anybody out there.
Right, and it's not just the Mahila Samman Savings Scheme, it's also the Senior Citizen Scheme that's got a boost now. We are looking at the upper limit for which is doubled now, as a result of which we are seeing more and more senior citizens also queuing up at post offices.
Yes, you are absolutely correct on that. And the doubling of the limit was really, it did the sudden surge.
वो कमेटी
see the data.
सरकार ने एक ऐसी कमेटी बनाई जिसके टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस में न्यूनतम समर्थन मूल्य लीगल गारंटी का कोई जिक्र नहीं था। उस कमेटी में जो सरकार के खास आदमी हैं, केवल उनको जगह मिली, ऐसे लोगों को जगह मिली जो या तो ब्यूरोक्रेट थे या खेती से जिनका लेना देना नहीं था, ऐसे लोग उस कमेटी में बिठाए गए जिनको गन्ने और सरकंडे में फर्क नहीं।
I know of people
और
who
किसान
have hesitated
यूनियंस
to put their money
ने उस
here
कमेटी का
simply
शुरू
because
से ही
if
कहा कि
they are all
कमेटी
senior citizens
हमारे
by
लिए मान्य नहीं
definition,
होगी।
and if
1.5
they are
साल
no
से उस
longer
कमेटी का क्या
there,
हुआ, उसकी
they
बैठक हुई,
cannot
न्यूनतम
open
समर्थन
this
मूल्य का क्या हुआ,
account
कुछ
as
अता पता
somebody
नहीं।
as a second, a
कल जो ये
second account
लाठीचार्ज हुआ
holder,
है,
so to say. So where does this money go?
ये प्रतीक
And
है
how,
दो-तीन
does the legal
सरकार
heirs,
की
how do they really get it?
दो-तीन
So that I think is an area that
विश्वासघात
needs to be
की
communicated to the people, because I know of
पहला
people
प्रतीक
who
है,
have hesitated to put in money. They
ये
haven't
किसान
managed, they don't
आंदोलन
have
से
a spouse,
सरकार के
and they
विश्वासघात
have
का प्रतीक है,
hesitated
क्योंकि
to put in
किसान
money in their single name.
कल
I think
शाहबाद में
that's one of
सूरजमुखी
the
पे
areas
केवल
that
अपना
the
न्यूनतम
finance
समर्थन
ministry
मूल्य मांग रहे
or the
थे।
post office or the banks, they need to communicate that what the rules are clearly,
ये प्रतीक
and
है
perhaps more people will be joining in
सरकार
that.
के भाजपा के
that is
किसान
extremely
विरोधी चेहरे का
interesting,
प्रतीक।
an important lacuna that perhaps
और
post
ये
offices,
प्रतीक है
banks
हरियाणा
out there
सरकार
have to clarify on whether your
लठतंत्र का
spouse could
प्रतीक।
be a beneficiary, so that people who
क्योंकि
are
हरियाणा में
single,
एक ऐसी
people who do
सरकार है
not have a
जिसमें
living existing spouse can
पिछले
also utilize
वर्षों
these
में
savings
कोई
schemes
ऐसा
and
वर्ग नहीं
save money. This is also an indicator
जिस वर्ग
perhaps,
को
Abhijit, of how
इस
people are
सरकार ने
increasingly
लाठी की
depositing more
भाषा
and
में
more in post offices, in
जवाब ना
FDs. We've
दिया हो।
seen an uptake in the past
कोई
couple
ऐसा
of
वर्ग नहीं
quarters,
जिस पे लाठीचार्ज
essentially
ना
on the
हुआ
back
हो
of the fact that there
हरियाणा
is a
के
better
अंदर।
return
ऐसी एक
now on
सरकार
FDs and on savings schemes, as
Yes.
opposed
हर
to
वर्ग
investing
को
in
अपमानित
mutual
करने का
funds,
काम
which
हरियाणा
could
की
be
सरकार
more
कर रही है।
volatile, and
और कोई वर्ग अपने अधिकारों
therefore
की मांग करता
people
है,
who are
किसान से
traditionally
लेकर
conservative are
नौजवान
looking
तक,
at these savings schemes as
चुने हुए
long-term
पंचायत के
options.
प्रतिनिधियों से लेकर
Yeah, absolutely.
प्रदेश के
Absolutely.
कर्मचारियों
Guaranteed
तक,
return schemes are going
खिलाड़ियों से
to
लेकर
work wonders
आशा
in these countries,
वर्कर
in
आंगनवाड़ियों
economies
तक
like India,
हर वर्ग पे
where a lot
लाठीचार्ज।
of people are
ऐसी क्रूर
actually
ऐसे
not very
क्रूर शासक
confident about
आज
their
हरियाणा की
future.
सत्ता पे काबिज हैं। ये
And
उनका
a lot of
क्रूरता का
people
भी
are
प्रतीक।
above 50. They are looking for stable
सरकार
income. They cannot
किसान
really
के
trust
प्रति
their money. And moreover,
वायदा
substantial
खिलाफी
parts of
में
it with the stock
स्वयं
market
अपने
mutual
कीर्तिमान
funds
को एक
who
कीर्तिमान
don't
को
want
तोड़ने
any
का काम
exposure of
करती
this
है।
volatility.
पहले
And
आमदनी
so
दुगने का
these
कीर्तिमान
guaranteed return
सरकार ने
schemes,
आमदनी
they
दुगनी
will
का
go.
वायदा
Look
किया
at all of
और
this.
उस वायदे को
Look at the rush for the
तोड़ने का
FDs
काम किया, आमदनी
that the
दुगनी हुई नहीं,
rising
2022
interest
तक
rates have garnered.
खर्चे
And
दुगने
now
हो गए,
people
कर्जा
are
दुगना चढ़ गया
actually,
किसान पर, और हमने
if
हमने
you
मांग उठाई
look at the discussions,
तो
common
सरकार ने
people, they are actually
जवाब दिया।
worried as to when
अब
the
MSP
decline of
की
the
गारंटी
interest rate cycle is going to take place, which is
पर
perhaps
एक
the
कमेटी
third
का
or fourth
गठन
quarter of this year. And
करने
so
का
people are trying to
सरकार
put
ने
in
आश्वासन
as
दिया, ना
much
कमेटी
money
बनी, ना
before
MSP
that
गारंटी
interest
हुई।
rate again
और
starts
ये
to decline.
लाठीचार्ज इस बात का भी प्रतीक है।
We already have,
आपको याद होगा किसान
two or
आंदोलन
three
में
banks
बीजेपी
or
के
four
सारे
banks,
मंत्री ये कहते नहीं थकते थे
who are actually
कि MSP
cutting
तो है
down
ही,
slightly on
हम
the
MSP पे
interest
खरीदेंगे।
rates on
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने
deposits
स्वयं
which are
संसद में
within
कई बार
3
कहा
years
कि हम
of
तो MSP पे
maturity.
खरीद रहे हैं
Over the, this
और
has
हम MSP पे
happened over the
खरीदेंगे।
last
अगर
10
MSP
days,
पे आप खरीद
and some of the
रहे
banks
थे
which have done it include the
और
PNB,
खरीदोगे तो कल
the
क्या हुआ? मैं
Bank
आपको
of Baroda, I think
कल
the
का
Axis Bank and
जो मूल मुद्दा है
perhaps
वही बताना
HDFC.
चाहता हूँ।
I'm not very sure of the
सूरजमुखी
last
पे
name.
इस साल
So
6400
people are actually trying
रुपए की
to,
का
if
न्यूनतम
you
समर्थन
offer them
मूल्य
anything,
मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस
assured
डिक्लेयर हुआ
returns,
था।
they will just gobble it up. Shweta, there is no doubt on
आज
that.
Right.
निजी
Right,
खरीदार
Abhijit, my
बाजार में
colleague Amit Ranjan is also with us here in the
3500
studio.
₹3800 में
This sounds well. This is
सूरजमुखी
positive news coming on the
खरीद
back
रहे
of the fact that more and more women
सरकार ने
are now
सरकारी
taking
खरीद
to
शुरू नहीं
Mahila
करी।
Samman saving certificate. An
लगातार
upward trajectory,
5 बार
movement
सरकार
there,
से
momentum
बातचीत हुई
growing,
कि आप
which means
सरकारी खरीद
that
शुरू
about
करिए 6400 में।
3,666 crores have deposited
सरकार
in
ने
the
कहा कि हम
first
तैयारी
2
कर रहे हैं
months
तारीख पे
itself of
तारीख
it.
Yeah, and it's all good news. I would like,
का
taking
सरकार
on
ने
from
काम
Abhijit,
किया,
I would like to
लेकिन
see
खरीद शुरू नहीं
the
हुई।
breakup of
और उसके
rural
बाद
and urban.
अंततः
Because
सरकार
the
ने कहा
average
कि
deposit is
भावांतर में ले लिया जाएगा, इसको
73,000.
भावांतर
It's quite a
हरियाणा
lot of
की
money,
योजना
and
है,
I do
कुछ और
not know
प्रदेशों में
if
मध्य
so
प्रदेश
much of
आदि में भी एक
that
योजना
much
ये
of
लागू
money
है।
rural women will have but we would like to look at that. The big thing is it is going to boost the National Small Savings Fund deposits, and it will ease the pressure on the government to borrow from the market to make up its fiscal deficit. So that is the big thing.
Right.
So with the money coming into post office, which is a government this thing, it will ease more pressure onto the government. And, okay, carrying on from our yesterday's thing, quite a few things are falling into place for the Indian economy.
Absolutely, quite a few things falling into place there. Krishna also joining us at this point in time. Krishna, good morning to you. We're discussing these very two important savings schemes. One, of course, being the senior citizen scheme, where the limit was extended from 15 lakh to 30 lakh in this budget. Also, the Mahila Samman Savings Certificate, for the very first time, a new scheme introduced which gives you an interest rate of an upward of approximately 7%, better than many FDs would give you. And what schemes there seeing greater uptake from people both in rural as well as urban India. And specifically, I think, alluding to Amit's point, it seems that there is also momentum not just from rural India but also from urban India.
Right. And the fact of the matter is that the women's savings scheme, talking about numbers and talking about money put in, it has gone 500,000 takers. 500,000 women have taken to this government's new Mahila Samman small savings scheme, and 500,000 women have come forward in the 1 year since it was presented in the budget. So that is a telling statistic of the fact that the government really identified a need over here, and also these are very important measures that can provide financial independence to women and financial empowerment to women. And that is very crucial. That, really is in a sense, re-engineering society and taking away the imbalance in society when it comes to holding wealth and saving wealth and using them for their future. That has been predominantly man's domain in this country. And it's measures like these. It's the ability for women that the government-backed savings scheme, we can put money, it's safe, our money will not go anywhere. In fact, the returns are as good as what some of the other financial products in the market are able to give. And hence, it makes women. Shweta, we live in a country where less than 20% of women are in the workforce. And in a situation where less than 20% of the women are there in the organized workforce, how will they take all the money that they earn from so many unorganized ways and make sure they build the safe financial future? You can keep talking about women's empowerment, women's say, etc., but it's moves like these are really women's say, that are really doing something for women's society.
Right, Krishna, of course, there is, as I mentioned, there's an increased uptake, as much as 500,000 women going for the Mahila Samman certificate there, the scheme that is going to give them higher returns, perhaps going to be less volatile, and these are fixed interest savings schemes. So, of course, there is more trust there on these schemes, and good news there for the government also, because it's getting more and more money as opposed to borrowing it from the market. Abhijit wants to come in at this point in time.
I have a small point to make. If you scan the
रायपुर अधिवेशन में जो कृषि संबंधित
there are more women holders of Jandan accounts than men in our country. At least last year, I saw it in the RBI report. So one can go through it. One will definitely find a very, very substantial number share of women account holders in the Jandan.
लगभग सारी फसलों की खरीद और MSP को
this is
legal guarantee,
कानूनी guarantee. This is very interesting because as Krishna pointed out,
Congress party ने राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे किया, कांग्रेस एकमात्र एक पार्टी थी. Villages, so that is one move. But this is very specific. You're talking about a financial product, a saving scheme. So many financial products out there. People are complaining about the fact that you can't trust financial products. Men are not able to trust financial products. And then now you have a saving scheme that is a sort of financial product that helps women do it. So I think it's path-breaking in the sense that the kind of response it's got has justified the government's move completely. And more.
Come to think of it, I do want to come in here at this point in time, and I sort of agree with Abhijit here, Krishna, because traditionally, even if there are less number of women in the workforce, traditionally women have been the savers. Traditionally, it's women who've saved, in small purses, under the bed, in the kitchen counters, in variety of places as they could find, and they have been the savers. So the fact,
yes, I fully agree with both you and Abhijit, but the fact of the matter is that this is not under the bed. This is not in a trust.
Absolutely.
This is an official saving scheme scheme backed by the government.
MSP
And
की
you see the
guarantee
response. That's what I'm
फरमान
talking
को
about.
कांग्रेस
There was
पूरा
latent
करने का काम
potential. There's
करेगी देश में।
huge latent
और
potential.
सरकार
Women
से
are the
कोई
savers.
चेतावनी
They
भी
take
देते
money
हुए
and
मैं अपनी
hide
बात
inside,
समाप्त करूंगा
jars of rice and jars of sugar and salt and all the kitchen
सरकार
utensils
को
possible and etc. and underneath the bed and anywhere in the house.
ये जो
If they have a government-backed savings scheme in
तानाशाही
today's day and age,
पे
where every
सरकार
financial product is seemed flaky
उतर आई है
and markets are volatile, they would have
और
bought gold. That's what they would do normally. The
लगातार
women would have taken the money and invested in gold. But
हरियाणा
now
जैसे
they have a
प्रदेश में तो
government-backed savings scheme.
एक आम हो
It's sort
गई ये
of,
बात
this makes
किसान
the
पे
women
लाठीचार्ज
transact more. Shweta, that's where my focus is. When you have a savings scheme, you have to fill out a
सरकार
form, you
को
have
हम
to
चेतावनी देना
transact,
चाहते
keep
हैं
transacting,
आप
check on,
किसान
the
की
kind
हाई
of
मोल
interest
ले
that's been
रहे
added to the amount of money that you've already put inside.
ये आपको बहुत
This
महंगी पड़ेगी
practice, this habit
एक लाठी
is
का
what I'm focusing
आपको
on. And
जवाब
I think
देना
this
होगा
will lead eventually to greater
क्या आप
financial
चाहते
empowerment and
हैं
independence for women.
कि देश का
Is my
किसान
limited point
दोबारा
here.
से
No question about the fact that they've been
आंदोलन के
savers
रास्ते
for
पे आए
centuries. In fact,
Absolutely.
they were the ones managing the money when the men were
क्या आप
busy
ये
out
चाहते हैं
making it.
आपने एक साल का
Even as
आंदोलन
women
देखा
have not been sort of
देश का
equal
किसान
participants
अपने
in
अधिकारों के लिए
equal
लड़ाई लड़ना
beneficiaries of
जानता
all
है
the
पीछे नहीं
advancements that
हटता
we've seen out there economically
आप क्या
and may not have a
दोबारा
lot
से
of
इस तरह की
knowledge as to
लाठीचार्ज
what
और इस तरह
financial
की
products are
क्रूरता
right to
करके
use. With
देश के
traditional
किसान को
small saving schemes, it looks
ये
like women now have more
जख्मों
trust
को
in them
कुरेदना चाहते
and
हैं,
are
दोबारा
going
उनको
and getting
आंदोलन
themselves
के
into
रास्ते
the
पे लेके आना
banking
चाहते हैं
structure, into the
आपकी
formal
क्या मंशा
banking
है
structure. Augurs well, all in
सरकार
all,
को
I
हम
think we can
चेतावनी
all
देना
agree
चाहते
that it augurs well
अब कोई
for,
प्रश्न हो
development, gender development, it augurs well for economic empowerment of women at large. Yes,
Agree to
Anup.
agree.
रेसलर्स वाले को भी
Again,
दे
that I'm stuck on that 73,000. If it is true
पहले
that rural women are
इस पे हो जाए,
depositing that much,
ये
it is good news
this
that our
the-
rural economy is basically people have more money than we think that they have.
Okay, this is the annual figure that you're looking
Yeah,
at.
the average deposit.
The average deposit.
I'm just stuck on that. So it's a quite a good figure.
Very interesting point of view there, but of course we are short on time on this story, but very interesting point of view there. We will of course discuss the story at large in one of our evening shows, but we're going to shift focus more now. And Reserve Bank of India now seems to be, going through at the books of all the startups that are offering peer-to-peer lending, essentially after cracking down on apps that were giving easy loans, it appears that the regulator here is now cracking down on companies that may be facilitating peer-to-peer lending, may not be complying with all the regulations, all the norms in the books, Abhijit.
ये टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस है
Yeah, absolutely,
तो ये
Shweta. I mean, we have seen
सरकार
just
की
in the
नियत,
past,
सरकार की
and
मंशा, जैसे
Google
मैंने कहा कि
was in the
सरकार की
news all over the
नीति जो
papers
नारा था जय
that
जवान
how
जय
they
किसान,
have made
आज वो नारा बदल के हो
on
गया
online lending, direct
मरे
lending,
किसान
and
पिटे
these
किसान
actually
जय
opened
धनवान
up a can of worms, as you know, and most of the
मंडी में
apps
किसान
have
की
vanished
सूरजमुखी पिट
over the
रही है
last few weeks, if you have noticed.
मंडी में किसान की
Now,
फसल पिट
the
रही
same
है
thing
और सड़क पे
RBI
किसान
might
पिट
be,
रहा है
they have actually touched
आज
upon
इस बात को देश
a
देखे
very, if I may say so,
ये सरकार
unregulated
सरकार है
part of
और हम इनके
the
खिलाफ
economy. It's growing.
संसद में
It's very, it's
संसद से
growing very
लेकर
fast.
सड़क तक
Riding the
जाएंगे
engine is
संसद में इसको
cool.
उठाएंगे इसमें
But the point
वादा
is, how
खिलाफी
many
के इस
of them
मुद्दे
actually comply?
क्योंकि सरकार
So
ने
this is
स्वयं
an area which RBI
कहा था कि
couldn't
MSP
have
कमेटी
come
बनेगी।
in at a better time.
अब
In fact, they
अगर
could
1.5
have,
साल के बाद
they
नहीं
have
हुआ
touched upon it
समय
earlier.
आ गया कि
I
देश
think
का
they would have
किसान
done it better.
इस
Because
बात को
this way, a
देश के
lot
किसान के
of,
हकों में कांग्रेस पार्टी
NPS can build into the system, which are actually invisible to the naked eye right now. If you check the accounts of banks or even NBFCs, you can see them. But this sort of lending, you never know how it takes place, who gives it to whom, and it almost takes place in an invisible manner, I think. Shweta, we have to look out for this, but I'm not very sure how things are going to shape up. But the RBI's concern is 100%, genuine, and it should have come even a bit early. Shweta, I think I would like to hear the
हमारी बेटियों को न्याय
views
मिले
of two of my colleagues here, because this is really
जब
unfolding
तक
at quite an
न्याय
early
नहीं
stage
मिलेगा
now.
Okay.
Krishna is smiling. Yeah, I think
हम अपने
Yeah,
बेटियों का साथ देंगे
Interesting inputs there. This could potentially lead to
दुर्भाग्य की बात है
greater NPAs, and this is where
सरकार
RBI
द्वारा
needs to be
हमारी
focusing
बेटियों के
right now.
प्रति
What
जो
RBI
सौतेला
is
व्यवहार
looking
किया जा
at,
रहा है
Krishna, and what we're given to understand on
उसके
the
भी
basis of the
कई
news reports that
आयाम
are out,
स्थापित
that
किए
they're
जा
looking
रहे
at a flow of money.
पहला
Where's the money coming from? Where is it going?
पहला
The risk
उदाहरण होगा
assessment,
जब
the partnership
बेटियां
models,
सामने आई
essentially,
साथ-साथ बेटियां
how does
उनके
the
कहने से
peer-to-peer
FIR दर्ज नहीं करी
lending
दिल्ली पुलिस
works?
ने
I want to
और सुप्रीम
understand
कोर्ट
from you,
जाना
for the
पड़ा
benefit
FIR
of our
दर्ज कराने
viewers,
मैं आपसे
what is
पूछना
the
चाहता
concern
हूँ
around
कल
peer-to-peer
को ये
lending?
आपकी
Also,
बहन बेटी पे ऐसा हो जाए
money
Yes.
laundering. I think
तो
that
क्या है,
will be
अगर
another
बीजेपी का
area
कोई
of
सांसद
concern,
है तो
money
एफआईआर
laundering.
दर्ज नहीं करेगी
Money
पुलिस?
laundering. Interesting.
आपको सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक
Krishna?
लड़ाई लड़नी
Fair enough.
पड़ेगी।
Wherever this flow of money is
ये
concerned,
तो इंटरनेशनल
Abhijit, I
लेवल
guess
की
we'll have to talk
रेसलर्स
about.
थी, अगर कोई आम
We'll have
साधारण
the eye
बेटी
on
आपकी
money
बहन
laundering.
बेटी
You know, it could be
उनके
if
साथ कोई
anyway,
गलत
if
करते
that's the same
बीजेपी
thing that
का
happened with all
वो
the
सांसद,
loan apps.
उनकी कहाँ सुनवाई होगी?
Shweta, we're talking about
उसके बाद
275
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एफआईआर
Chinese
दर्ज
loan apps, digital loan providers
बाद
apps that are already under
5 महीने हो गए
speaking
सुप्रीम
about
कोर्ट की
already.
एफआईआर
This
को भी
is
1.5
just
महीना
taking
हो
it a
गया।
bit further. Because this is
सरकार
about
ने
P2P lending, which is peer-to-peer
दिल्ली
lending,
पुलिस
which
ने
is, there is no financial
जो
institution even
अरेस्ट
that
की
is,
कार्रवाई डालनी चाहिए
specifically
वो नहीं
speaking, that
डाली
is,
गई। मैं
that
पूछना
is,
चाहता हूँ
doing
सवाल
the lending. You're talking about a company, a startup, which coordinates
क्या ये पहला
with
उदाहरण
another
नहीं है कि
consumer-facing
इस तरह की एफआईआर पे
for example,
अरेस्ट ना हुई?
Bharat Pay, Jupiter, and
अगर आप
Thread
पहला
are
ऐसा
among
उदाहरण
the
सेट कर
major
देंगे
consumer-focused
तो देश में
applications
इसका
with which
उदाहरण
some of
देकर
the famous peer-to-peer lending apps. Let
कितने
me
लोग
name a
अरेस्ट से
couple of
बचेंगे?
these famous P2P
इस तरह
lending
के
apps,
आरोपी,
liquid
इस तरह की
loans,
एफआईआर,
lane
ऐसे ऐसे
Lane
संगीन
Club.
आरोप जहां लगे हों,
These are
ये
some of the
पहला
most
उदाहरण है, दिल्ली पुलिस का भी
famous
पहला उदाहरण है।
P2P loan apps,
इस
and
मामले
they
के
have
बाद
built
भी कई
partnerships
ऐसी
with
एफआईआर
Bharat
दर्ज हुई
Pay,
दिल्ली पुलिस में
with
और उसमें अरेस्ट
Thread,
हुआ और
with
पहले भी
Jupiter, and
इसी साल
the RBI now
पहला
wants to
उदाहरण
understand
जहां
what is
अरेस्ट नहीं
this
हुई,
partnership all
केवल इसलिए
about.
अरेस्ट नहीं हुई
Are
कि
Bharat
भाजपा के
Pay,
सांसद
Thread,
हैं।
and
तो आने वाले
Jupiter
समय में
doing enough to make sure that the startup
इसका
is
उदाहरण
aligned with
देके
all that processes
कितनी
are
बेटियों पे
clear.
अत्याचार
So the
देश में
RBI
कैसा,
wants to nip
मैं
things
पूछना
off in the
चाहता हूँ
bud right
भाजपा
from
के
where it
शासकों
begins.
से,
Where it
आप
begins,
एक
you have a
व्यक्ति
P2P
एक सांसद
lending
को
app
बचाने
which
के
ties
लिए
up with a
देश
consumer-facing
में
app like
बेटियों के लिए
Thread
कैसा
or
वातावरण बना
Jupiter
रहे
or Bharat Pay and gives
और
out
उसके
loans.
बाद
And how, from where the money comes
तीसरा
and how
आयाम,
it goes
मैंने कहा
to the
आयाम
Bharat
स्थापित
Pay.
कर रही है
Bharat Pay will
सरकार,
turn around
नए
and
नए
say, this is not my
कीर्तिमान
money, it is coming through some other startup.
हमारी
You have to
बेटियों
go check
की
with the startup.
को
And you
न्याय
go check
से
with the
वंचित
startup.
रखने के
No,
लिए।
at the end of the day, so
तीसरा,
it through Bharat Pay.
जब
So
हमारी
please check with
बेटियां
Bharat
गई
Pay. So, you know, the consumer is left
हरिद्वार में
left high and dry. The consumer is the one,
अपने
the
मेडलों को
person
विसर्जित
taking the
करने के
loan
लिए
is the one who's under maximum amount of trouble.
सरकार
So,
के किसी
in that
प्रतिनिधि
sense,
ने
they want to plug the lead,
जो इनके
plug
साथ
the
फोटो
issues
खिंचवाते थे,
anywhere it could possibly be and check the system. It's gone, largely gone
स्टेटमेंट
unregulated.
तक नहीं दी कि
That
आप
is the
अपने
problem
मेडल
over here.
को
And through the pandemic, you're seeing the need
विसर्जित ना करिए।
for cash,
हम न्याय
immediate
दिलवाएंगे।
cash,
ये
which
जो
needs to be
खेल मंत्री
coming
जो
in
आज
as
कह
a
रहे
loan.
बुला रहे हैं
It is
बातचीत के लिए,
increasing
कहाँ
with
थे?
every passing day. Young
ये वो मेडल
people,
थे जिन मेडल के
people
साथ
from 20,
प्रधानमंत्री जी
25
लेकर
years of
खेल
age
मंत्री की
taking loans
तस्वीरें खिंचवाते थे।
online without
ये मेडल लेके
too
वहां
much
गई हमारी
knowledge
बेटियां,
about what
कोई
these
रोकने
apps
नहीं
are,
आया।
what is Lane-Dein.
किसी ने
So people
स्टेटमेंट
who
नहीं
take
दी।
loans from Lane-Dein
कम से कम एक
club,
स्टेटमेंट आ सकती थी
Lane-Dein
कि आपको
club,
न्याय
like
मिलेगा,
the
ये
name
आपका
of this
देश
app
है।
is Lane-Dein
ऐसा
club,
लगता
a
है कि
P2P
सरकार
lending
इन
app.
बेटियों से नहीं,
Two kids 25
बेटियों
years
के
of age
साथ
who are
साथ
taking loans
मेडल से
from
भी घृणा
Lane-Dein
करती
club
थी।
know what the
नहीं
Lane-Dein
तो
club
कम से
is
कम
all about. Do they know what
किसी की तो
liquid
स्टेटमेंट आ
loans
सकती थी
another
कि
P2P
न्याय
app? Do they
मिलेगा।
know who's liquid loans, who
आप ये
owns liquid
इस
loans?
तरह का
All about.
दुखदायी
So
कदम
it is essentially
आप मत
an
उठाइए,
awareness and
मगर नहीं,
awakening that
किसी
this
ने नहीं कहा।
exists. First of all, most people don't even understand what is P2P
और अब
lending. The
मैं एक
RBI
और
has
आयाम
identified P2P
स्थापित
lending,
करते
the
हुए
mushrooming and the growth of P2P lending.
मैं
Now
मीडिया
it
के
wants to
साथियों
make
से
sure,
भी
it
कहना
wants to make
चाहता हूँ,
sure that
लगातार
it
मैं
is
देख रहा हूँ
regulated properly and
देश
doesn't
देख रहा है
go the Chinese loan app
कि
scam
सरकारी
way.
तंत्र को इनकी आवाज को
Absolutely,
चलने के
and
लिए
before I go to my colleague Amit
खुला
here,
छोड़ दिया
I
गया
want to
हो
come to
जैसे।
you, Abhijit. There is a growing
मीडिया में
underlying
selective
concern,
leak आ
and
रहे
that
हो।
is with respect to RBI also trying to
अलग
crack
तरह-तरह
down
की बातें
on
आ
the
रही
fact that many
और इन
many sections of the
बेटियों को, इन
society,
खिलाड़ियों को उनके
especially
खंडन करने पड़ रहे
underprivileged,
हो।
going for these P2P
सुबह और
platform
शाम।
where you have a lender who charges
क्या ये उचित
exorbitant price
वातावरण है?
and exorbitant interest rates, and they are
न्याय
the ones
के
who are
लिए लड़
governing the
रही
disbursal, the
हमारे देश
collection,
की
the
बेटियों के लिए क्या
evaluation
ये उचित
process. So
वातावरण है कि
overall,
देश की
there needs to
मीडिया
be more
के बहुत से चैनल
oversight on the debt market.
ऐसे सेलेक्टिव लीक
Absolutely,
करें,
absolutely. This is almost going back to the Shylock days.
बारी
digitally.
बारी ये कहें,
I mean, the bottom of the
ये-
pyramid is definitely more
ये हो गया,
vulnerable to these sort
अब
of
वो हो गया,
pressures
कभी नौकरी की
than
बात
the
करें,
urban educated middle class perhaps,
कभी
who have two
बात
lines
करें
of
कि
defense.
भाई
One is knowledge. You actually
उसने समर्थन
have,
वापस ले लिया,
have a second look as to who
कभी
are you
कुछ और
taking
हर
from,
बात का
what
जवाब
are the
उनको देना
terms,
पड़ा हो।
and
जैसे
in
ट्रायल उनका
case
चल
of
रहा हो।
default, how do the
ट्रायल चलना
lender
चाहिए था,
react? So perhaps you
एक
are
आरोपी
looking into
व्यक्ति
all
का,
this, and
जिस
there
पे FIR हुई
again
है।
you are trying to reevaluate before taking the loan. But what about the bottom of the pyramid?
ये
They
देश की
have
मीडिया
everything
भी
at the click
सरकारी
of their
सरकारी
button,
तक
and
कौन
they
लोग हैं वो
don't know
सेलिब्रिटी
anything
करने वाले
beyond that click. They'll just
उनके नाम
click,
उजागर होने
get
चाहिए
into
देश के
the
सामने
trap, and then perhaps lose
क्योंकि
all
पाप का साथ
what,
देने वाला भी
everything what they have.
पापी
So
कहलाता है।
it's definitely all
ये हम
these
कहना चाहते
oversight, all these
और अंततः
regulations need to be
जो बुलाया गया है
strictly enforced. That's very simple, because with the digitization of the economy, the need
क्या
for
बातचीत होती
regulation
है?
has perhaps increased rather
और
than
उस
decreased.
बातचीत का
the digitization doesn't
मांग है
mean
न्याय को
that
लेकर,
there are informed borrowers.
उसके संबंधित में
This is very
हमारे
crucial.
खिलाड़ियों से
In
बातचीत
fact,
होती है, वो
it can mean
उसके
that
बाद
there
जो
are more
खिलाड़ी
casual
अपना
borrowers rather than informed
stand
borrowers, because
बनाएंगे
everything is so easy, everything is so
रखेंगे।
accessible. So if the RBI
stand के
thinks
साथ रहेंगे,
that it's going to,
हम अपनी बेटियों के साथ रहेंगे,
subject it to
हम
this
इंतजार
segment
करेंगे कि
to
बातचीत
further
होकर
regulation, more intense regulation,
क्या
and more
बातचीत
intense
में
crackdown, it's I think all the more welcome.
क्या निकलता है बातचीत
Absolutely,
में,
and
जब बातचीत
absolutely,
में
and
कुछ
Amit, what
आएगा,
we're looking at
उस समय
essentially here is a startup which is a P2P
अपनी
startup
बात
that does not really do
पूरे
anything
विस्तार
more
से
than
आपके बीच में
facilitating
दोबारा
a
रखेंगे।
lender and a
लेकिन
borrower to transact
एक
with
चीज
one
तय है
another,
कि
and
हमारा
therefore
stand
takes
अभी
no responsibility either for the lender
न्याय
or
जब
for the
तक बेटियों
borrower.
को नहीं
All in
मिलेगा,
all, it is not a
हम
fail-safe
अपने बेटियों के
situation.
साथ
It's a
खड़े
situation
रहेंगे,
where
चाहे कितना ही
both the
लंबा
borrower
संघर्ष,
and the
कितना
lender
लंबा
are
समय
to
क्यों ना बीत
lose
जाए,
if the intermediary
कोई
says there's
दोषी
nothing more that we
व्यक्ति
can
को
do. There's no other responsibility that we'd like to
सरकार
shoulder.
कितना ही बचाने की कोशिश करे,
I think Avijit nailed it on the head
उसको
when he
अपने-
said going back to Shylock days. This is the flip side of simplicity. Going to a bank,
अपने दुष्कर्मों की
people have the idea that you have to fill a whole lot of forms and all that.
इस देश में देनी
These
पड़ेगी।
startups are providing that simplicity. The flip side
Now,
of it is
should I answer
you are
in
getting
English
the
or-
money,
I think that
but
is
the pound
sufficient.
of flesh is the difficult part.
Right.
And that is
But
where
then
I
you will
think,
not
and
take separately,
startup
yeah,
is
one by
in
one.
India, they have basically mushroomed so many that the laws are basically,
See,
there is a time gap. So
today-
they are basically just catching up, and I think the RBI what it is doing, it is very necessary right now to basically nip the further problems that these kinds of basically
wait to
transactions
see
may pose.
What is the outcome of these talks?
The facility
one
that
thing
the
is very
startups are
clear as far
providing
as
is
Congress
very,
party
very
is
good.
concerned, our stand
Simplicity is
remains.
always good. But the flip side, that is what I think
The
it
same.
is necessary that
We
RBI
stand with
should
our
take care of,
daughters.
and it is.
And
RBI
they
is
fight for
trying to nip it
justice
in the bud
until the
before
time our
it
daughters
becomes a
get
bigger
justice.
problem. But P2P lending there, all the platforms
are
that are
going to be with
facilitating,
them in
including
this
Cred,
fight
Bharat Pay,
and in every
all of
fight.
them have got a questionnaire
This
that
government
RBI has sent out for them to fill as to
should be ashamed
what
of
the
itself.
process is, asking them to clarify on various
This government
questions.
is breaking its
Questions
own
have been
records
asked and answered. We will of course
in
try
how
and get
it
more
is
details on
handling
that.
this
But
matter
shifting
in
focus
trying
now
to curb the voices
to
of
another
these
important
daughters.
story that we are tracking, and that is by the way of ONDC as a platform that is
A new chapter
now
in
launched a business-to-business
India's
transaction
History is being written by this government
facility on
in
its
how to
platform. Now,
suppress
ONDC
voice
has
of
been
your
in the
daughters.
news for a very long time for the fact that
in their
it
endeavor
has
to get
made
justice.
lives of consumers easy
First,
by
when these
facilitating
daughters came out
retailers to directly transact
these
with
complaints,
customers as far as
there were no
selling goods
takers.
and services is concerned.
even
But
FIR was
Abhijit,
registered.
from
I
the
ask
latest
you,
information that we're getting now is that
these were the
it is
daughters who had
allowing
brought
the
laurels for this
e-commerce
country, who had
network
brought-
is now allowing
were
businesses
world-renowned
to
sportsmen.
transact with
If
one
it
another.
was a normal
To simplify it, if I'm a small
If it was
business
your daughter or
operator,
mine,
I can use
your
ONDC
sister or
to
mine,
connect with a wholesale retailer to
and
get
the
my
accused was
products.
a BJP MP, who would file a
Yeah,
FIR?
again,
No
again,
FIR filed
this
in
is
their case
perhaps
also.
the India carrying
They went
forward
from
the
pillar
India
to
Stack
post,
story.
no
I
FIR
mean,
was
we
filed
have
till the
seen
time
that,
Supreme Court intervened. An FIR was
triggering
filed.
so many business ventures. And I
Tomorrow,
think
if it is
this
your daughter
opens
or
up
mine,
a completely
and
new
accused is a
domain.
BJP MP,
You
who
see
will
what
file
it
a
did
FIR?
to the
What
food
example
delivery
this
business.
government is setting?
This
Second,
can actually happen
even
on
after
a
FIR
much
was
larger
filed,
scale
no arrest
among
was
the businesses, and more
conducted.
important,
This perhaps is the
the
first case in which
unorganized sector is
FIR
actually
in
going
such
to
sections
benefit
was
from it.
registered against the
Because
accused, and accused was not arrested
over the
by a
last
foreign
3-4
mission.
years, we have seen
First
a lot
example,
of the
I am from
quote-unquote
Delhi
animal
police.
spirit in the economy
I
being
asked Delhi
unleashed.
police to give
Now,
details.
as
How
these
many
animals
FIRs in these
start
sections
running,
were, has Delhi
you
police
need these sort
filed,
of
and how many
catches.
cases arrest has been
they
made?
need to be handled, and this
First
is
example.
in the period. If you look
This
at the
means if a
period,
BJP MP
period
is
of the
there, no
ecosystem
arrest will
we
be
are going
made.
through,
What kind of
the
example?
India
And
stack is going to
this
help
example
a
will be
lot of
quoted
our
by
entrepreneurs, and I
various
think
police
this is
departments now
just the beginning,
to shield
where
powerful
in a
culprits
sense
who are accused of similar acts.
the bottom rung
is the
of our entrepreneurs,
legal environment the
those
government
who
has
develop
vitiated
small businesses,
to save
especially
one
over the internet,
accused in
depending
this
on the
matter.
internet,
Then
they will get a head start in building the
broke its own
ecosystem
record
on
again
which such
when the
businesses essentially
wrestlers
need
went
to
to
survive.
Haridwar.
Okay. Okay, I'm short of time, so I'd
They
like to quickly get in
were going
Krishna's
to
response
put their
on that.
medals
Krishna,
in the
we
holy
discussed this
Ganges,
yesterday. This
holy
is
Ganga.
a story of India Stack, how
But
India is
not one voice
facilitating
from the government
new
came
platforms for
forward
not just
appealing them
e-commerce, but
to
for
not to do
many
so.
many businesses
The
to
sports
rely on
minister
and to transact and
is
do their
tweeting now
business easily.
Where was the sports minister that
that,
day?
we just
when
discussed
the
the India
same
Internet
medals
report yesterday, Shweta, which said that in 2030, the India's internet economy
with
will
which
be
he's
worth
been
$1 trillion
having his
dollars,
pictures clicked.
and it's going to be
Prime
driven by a
Minister's getting
13 to
pictures clicked with them.
14-fold increase,
The
13
same
to
medals
14 times increase in
were being
B2B
put away
e-commerce, as
in
in
Ganga by
business to
these
business
wrestlers. They have
e-commerce.
gone there,
It's very
but
clear.
not one appeal
Business
by
to
the sports
consumer
minister, by
e-commerce,
prime
like your
minister,
Amazon,
by any
any app
minister,
you
by
buy
any
stuff from,
MP.
that e-commerce is also going to grow 5 to
By
6
the
times.
functionary of the
But
BJP.
double the
They
growth
don't-
is
this
going to be the
country
growth
belongs
of
to you also. You will
B2B
get
commerce in
justice.
India
Don't
over
do
the
so.
next 5
We are
years
here
to
to
6
ensure you
years.
get justice, not
Keeping
one
that
voice.
in mind, the
As if
focus
they
of ONDC
not only
on B2B
hated
is
the
absolutely
girls,
spot
but they
on, and
also
I've
hated
always
their
been
medals.
saying, China's
I pointed
internet
out in the
economy
last press
was
conference,
built on the
we
foundation
are
that
proud
Alibaba gave, and
that from
Alibaba
2004,
began as a B2B
when Congress government had come
platform,
into
and India
being
does
in
not have an
Haryana,
Alibaba.
led by
Maybe
Hooda ji.
ONDC can provide some
Last
answers, hopefully.
2004
Absolutely.
to
ONDC,
2023,
Amit, could be India's Alibaba.
India is
Yeah,
117.
and, taking on from what has already been said,
Individual
what
medals
the
in
government
Olympics,
is
11 of
backdooring
those
through
have
this
come
is
from
basically making everything
spokesperson from Haryana.
transparent
If you
and
deduct them,
basically taking care of
see
what it wants to most, corruption.
What is
So if everything
and the government
everything
kept
comes
quiet.
online, business
And
comes
now,
online, transparency
I come to
increases,
the
corruption
another
goes
record
down.
with the
All
government
right,
is
it is
because
a
last 3-4
story of
days,
India
what country
increasingly
has
going
witnessed?
to internet, increasingly digitizing. We will
Last
come back
3-4
to it.
days.
But for now, Honda cars
Now
is
the
our
media
next big story that
country
we're tracking
has
because it's
been let
premiered
loose
its
on the
new SUV.
wrestlers.
Krishna, how excited are
News
you
are
with
being
Elevate? We are given to understand that it will be
They
sold
have
in
had to
India
answer for
first.
everything.
Bookings are
Somebody
open.
says,
And
somebody joining
price
job.
announcement is yet to follow.
Somebody
But a very
says,
premier looking car
somebody
there.
has withdrawn. Somebody has
But
separated
Honda,
themselves from the
has been
agitation.
in a bit
And
of a
for
lag when
everything,
it comes to the SUV
it is
space.
the
and
girls who are
we
having to
know
answer
that
as
the
if
entire
a
car
trial is being
business in
conducted
India, the car
against them.
market in India is being driven by the growth of
What kind of
SUVs,
atmosphere government wants to create?
Shweta,
What kind of example
because, for
government wants to
example,
set?
in the last
Just to save
month's
one
auto numbers, if you see, Maruti,
accused.
India's largest car maker, saw the
Now,
sales
who
of
are
its
the people
mini
who are
cars,
planting these
the
stories in media?
Espresso and the Altos,
Media also needs
fall by
introspection.
30%. And its
Because
growth was driven by the SUVs, the Maruti Grand Vitara,
assist
Brezza, and all the other cars.
or
So
abet
SUV is the
somebody who is
space when it
accused.
comes to India, and
You are also
Honda does
sharing
not have a blockbuster product
crime.
in that space. It has the Honda
media must
City,
also remember.
which is the all-time classic,
who are the people
which
who
is
are
continues to be the
having
all-time
these
classic for the
selectively
last 2 decades,
against
if I
the-
may. So
against
it's
these
great
daughters?
as an
Why
Honda
these
City,
daughters
but in
are
the
having to
SUV
answer
space,
every
the
day?
Honda
It
doesn't have
should
a
be the
dominant product that can
accused who needs to
compete with
be
the likes of
answering
Hyundai
every
or
day to the
Kia
nation.
or Maruti.
Why for the
that
first
matter,
time
and,
in
you
such
know,
FIR,
and
no
MG
arrest
have
was
the
made?
space. So Honda,
Why for the
with
first
Elevate,
time
hope it
no
can
FIR
elevate
was
its status,
being
as
registered
an
by Delhi
SUV
police,
maker
and
in
only
India.
Supreme Court had to step in, and then only
All right,
FIR has to be registered. The nation
Honda's
is watching.
big bid there
Every day
by the way
nation
of
is watching.
Elevate. We are given to
And
understand that the
the
bookings
government
will
will have to
start
pay
now.
a heavy
The
price.
price announcement could be around festive season. Honda, they're looking to re-enter the SUV
Wrestlers.
market.
And
There is
now the
a
sports minister
positive,
will be meeting the
momentum
wrestlers as
around
well.
this
There's a
car. There is
perception that the
a
images
positive
which had
chatter.
come
We will of
earlier
course have to see how
had,
the booking
way
numbers
hurt the government's
turn up.
image on the
It will
international
start
platform as well.
coming
So how
month,
do you
that is
see,
the month of
this,
July,
change
and
of
Honda
course
there
it
looking to
See,
re-enter the
the
SUV
government-
market, which by the
You're
way
right.
seems like is already brimming with
has
new
hurt
offerings
the
from
image of the
Tata to
government.
Mahindra. So tough competition there for Honda in the coming
Or in
weeks and
national
months
level.
ahead.
I myself
Gentlemen,
was
with that,
there
we'll have to leave it at that. Thanks very much for
in
watching News9.
United States for the last 4-5 days. I think the last time I was here was when I held that press conference the next day, as you know, and I've just returned yesterday. Everybody, everyone is asking, how is it possible? What's happening in India? So this issue has harmed the image of government across the globe more than any other issue in recent history. You are absolutely right. Everybody asked. All the top media personalities asked us this question. All the top politicians asked us this question, and let alone the fact that International Olympic Association and the International World Wrestling Federation have themselves are continuously asking this question. So And this is a question much bigger than just sports. It's a question of giving justice to our daughters, to any daughter, let alone being a sportsman or not. And the way government has handled this, people have seen through the design of the government to protect and shield the accused who's a BJP MP at the cost of giving justice to our daughters. People have seen through the arrogance of BJP, and this is going to hurt. This has hurt the government's image on international level, and also within our country, the government will have to pay a heavy price in the times to come.
कहीं ना कहीं सरकार ओपन है बातचीत करने के लिए, खिलाड़ी भी कह रहे हैं कि हम बातचीत करने के लिए ओपन है। क्या आपको उम्मीद है कि खिलाड़ियों को इस बातचीत से न्याय मिलेगा और इस मामले का समाधान निकलेगा?
देखिए, हमारा बड़ा स्पष्ट स्टैंड है। हम अपनी बेटियों के साथ इस न्याय की लड़ाई में उनके साथ हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी हर लड़ाई में, राहुल गांधी जी ने भी इस पे अपना बयान दिया है स्पष्ट रूप से, खड़गे जी ने भी इस पे अपना स्टैंड रखा है कई बार, प्रियंका जी स्वयं धरने पे होके आई जंतर मंतर पे। हम अपनी बेटियों के न्याय के संघर्ष में कांग्रेस पार्टी साथ खड़ी थी, है और रहेगी तब तक जब तक न्याय नहीं मिलेगा। जहां तक बातचीत की बात है, हम इंतजार करेंगे कि इन बातचीत में से क्या निकल के आता है।
An alliance in Haryana government. So do you think that there is somehow a break between the alliance of JJP and BJP?
देखिए, English or Hindi? English. See, the fight between JJP and BJP, this round has started on the seat of Uchana. BJP is saying that it will fight Uchana. JJP seat is saying that since Dushyant is a sitting.
Welcome to this edition of News 9 Live, and we will take you through the latest developments taking place in Manipur. Protests broke out in Delhi in Jantar Mantar. Protests took place on Sunday at Jantar Mantar. People protested and people expressed their desire to restore peace and normalcy in Imphal. We have got Vox Pops and Bite. I have got my political editor Brajesh Pandey in the studio. We'll also be joined by Dr. Amarjeet Singh, Professor, Center for Northeast Studies and Policy Research, Jamia Millia Islamia. We'll also be joined by Dr. Thango Khalal, Hawkway, Assistant Professor, Center for the Study of Law and Governance in JNU. Mr. Lam Gante, social activist, and Major General Sanjay Mestre. We will be taking you through the issue of NRC, we will be taking you through the issue of how peace can be restored, but now most of the protests which are taking place, they are categorically honing down to the fact that NRC should take place. So the big question of our debate today will be whether NRC is possible in current time. So this was the protest which took place on 6th June, which is Tuesday at Imphal. So people have come out, people want peace, people want normalcy of life. There is something called beauty of an ordinary life. You know, you can get up in the morning, get your mail, go back. And people in Manipur have been subjected to such harsh problems that it is becoming very, very difficult. And the protests too have been divided on the lines of ethnicity. So if you see this protest which is taking place in front of you, it has a context to it, it has an ethnic demand to it, and what is missing is a Manipuri protest. What is visible is a Kuki protest, what is visible
unholy alliance
is a Maiti protest, what is visible is a Naga protest. So this protest
of the mandate,
candlelight
whenever
protest,
in Indian
at least
politics,
tell you
example of
that the violence
mandate will be given.
may have subsided,
JJP's name and
but
leader,
angst
leader's
in the
name
people
will be
remain.
coming
Look
at
at
the
the people
number
in West, look at the people in Imphal, look at them.
So
And let me tell you, internet has not
BJP and
been
JJP don't know what to do with the alliance.
normalized, and violence continues to take place.
That's the state of
An ambulance was
Haryana.
set on fire by a mob in Imphal's West. Semba area. The ambulance was carrying the child to the hospital, was escorted by the police personnel. When the vehicle was burnt around 7 p.m. and a FIR has been registered in the case. According to media reports, the 7-year-old boy was taken to the Regional Institute of Medical Sciences after he received injuries on the head in a firing that took place in the area on Sunday. And in retaliation, more than 100 women of Manipuri origin came near
this alliance is
Home Minister Amit Shah's residence in Delhi around 9 a.m. today and protested against the incident. But soon after an unscheduled meeting which took place between the protesters and the Home Ministers, that this is the previous development, and back in the state capital of Imphal, thousands of men and women came out. They formed a human chain, they had torches, and they were demanding implementation of NRC. So the attacks have taken place. It is very difficult to procure these visuals. There is an internet ban, but we are committed to covering Manipur in its entirety, in its own language, in its own narrative, and for the earnestness of news. Now, 10,000 army personnel and Assam Rifle personnel have been deployed. More than 1,000 paramilitary personnel have been airlifted to the state. A lot of people are still refusing to give up their weapons. Now, the issue is, how do you get main communities to talk to each other? And is NRC feasible? That's the big question of today. And how do you end the sporadic violence? So before that, let us listen to some of the vox pops which were recorded.
हमारे साथ इस वक्त वो महिलाएं मौजूद हैं जो अमित शाह के घर पे आई थी। मैडम, कितने बजे आप लोग इधर आए थे फ्लैश प्रोटेस्ट के लिए?
एक्चुअली मैं अभी भी आए हैं प्रोटेस्ट के लिए। हम लोग प्रोटेस्ट के लिए नहीं आए हैं, मैं अकेला हूँ, मेरे दोस्त को नहीं मिला है। तो हम एक्चुअली हम ऑर्डर्ड लोग हैं ना, हम जस्ट MOU देना है और हमारा वो MOU में क्या कहते हैं, लेट देयर बी पीस इन मणिपुर, शांति आना है, शांति, सिर्फ शांति चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
आप लोग किस समुदाय से हैं?
मैं कुकी कम्युनिटी से।
अच्छा, तो आप लोग जो भी प्रोटेस्टर्स मतलब जो शांति के लिए आए हैं यहाँ पे बात करने के लिए, वो सारी कुकीज से आए हैं?
हाँ, सारी कुकीज।
अच्छा,
एक्चुअली इकट्ठा आना चाहिए, हम दो कम्युनिटी मिलकर हम लोग पीस के लिए मांगना चाहिए, लेकिन हम लोग नहीं मिल पाया है ना अभी तक। मैं तो मेरे दोस्त लोग भी कहा है, मैं मालूम नहीं, तो मेरे को किसी को नहीं मिल रहा अभी, तो इसलिए इंटरव्यू में लेना चाहिए।
आप जो हैं वो मणिपुर में रहती हैं या दिल्ली में रहती हैं?
मैं मणिपुर में रहती थी अभी यह दिल्ली में भागकर आए हैं।
अच्छा, वहाँ पे डर लग रहा है आपको? वहाँ पे
हमारा घर जल दिया ना, हम भगा दिया घर से 3 तारीख को, तो इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ आए हैं।
अच्छा, आपको लग रहा है अमित शाह के जाने के बावजूद भी वहाँ पे शांति नहीं हो रही है?
वो जाने के बाद भी लड़ाई कंटिन्यू कर रहा है, वो अभी तक खत्म न हुआ लड़ाई। तो इस
And let me play out those visuals for you of the protests, the candlelight, long lines of Imphal. And you can see and understand the angst of the people in Manipur. People came out in evening. There is no internet in Imphal. And people came together. So I'm also joined by Major General Sanjay Meston. I'll be coming to you, sir. But before that, let me take the first question from Brijesh Pandey. Brijesh, what do you make of these protests? And is NRC possible in Manipur?
Well, I think, these protests are also a symbol of the growing disenchantment as far as the people of Manipur is concerned. But,